Hi, everyone, and welcome into Joshing Around Milwaukee. My name is Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, Josh Albrecht. And Josh Albrecht here to talk about all the wonderful things about Milwaukee. And we are very, very excited today to have on our guest, Drew Pond from Stone Creek Coffee. Drew, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Pleasure is truly all mine.
So, very excited to talk about all the things. There's a lot of interesting things about Stone Creek Coffee. But first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do with Stone Creek?
So my official title is Director of Development. We try to run a fairly progressive organizational structure. In a traditional company, that'd be like a COO. And then I'm one of the, I think, 8 or 9 employee owners that we have now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things about Stone Creek is the employee ownership of it being local coffee and kind of that upbringing. So 11 years in the coffee industry. How long have you been with Stone Creek?
Yeah, so coffee industry have been more like 12 or 13 years, and then 11 and a half years with Stone Creek. I started in 2014 as a cafe manager, and then just a few months after that, took over for the COO who left at the time in summer 2014, and then became an employee owner in 2016. These days, I'm mostly focused on growing the company. So we're launching a new brand this fall, focused on our marketing outreach, and then I support a lot of the organizational teams, finance, retail, HR, et cetera.
So in your opinion, with Stone Creek, what makes, I mean, there's a lot of wonderful places to get a cup of coffee in the city of Milwaukee. What makes Stone Creek different?
It would have to come down to the employees. I think almost every coffee company would say that, but going back to when Eric Resch founded the company in 1993, I think he realized early on that for a lot of consumers, coffee is coffee. Now, I wouldn't say that personally.
Me neither.
I think there's a big difference in cups of coffee, but for a lot of consumers, it's more about finding a place that resonates with them. And we have endeavored to create spaces where everybody feels welcome. We use the term remarkable care. And that welcome isn't just telling people they're welcome. It's having them feel welcome when they walk in the door. So the team that meets people is very quick to say hi. It's bright eyes, it's smiles. And so the crew that comes to work at Stone Creek is really dedicated to making sure people do feel that care. And we think that there's something that goes beyond profit in delivering that. Like there's a true benefit to society in creating spaces and interactions where people feel cared for.
Yeah, there's definitely definitely would use the word homey vibe for many of your locations where you feel fully comfortable when you walk in. It feels like a place you want to spend hours, with a friend or maybe hours doing work.
Yeah, I think in the coffee industry, like the specialty coffee advent that we've seen over the last 15 years, a lot of these coffee companies have tried to create environments that feel very modern. Like it's a lot of concrete, it's a lot of sharp wood edges, it's a lot of white surfaces. And while that looks cool for a minute, it gets uncomfortable very quickly. And our philosophy has been to recognize the unique nature of a space, but also have it feel like an extension of our homes. Like we want to bring that sense of ownership when we're creating a space that we're proud of it in the same way we'd be proud to welcome somebody in for coffee or a meal in our own home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to go back real quick. You said you like to think it's the coffee that separates you from other coffee shops or vendors. I agree. Like everybody's got their little signature notes, right? And so what sets a Stone Creek, just pure cup?
The
look,
coffee,
I'm a purist.
Sure.
Give it to me black. Give it to me no cream, no sugar. Just give me a good cup of coffee. What are some of the notes? What are some of the elements that set you apart?
Yeah, I think I would have to attribute it to the work we started in 2012 to source our coffee directly. So I believe we're the only company in Milwaukee that sources the majority of their coffee directly from farms, not using importers. So we import all of our own coffee. We warehouse it all at the factory downtown, which is about a half mile from here. Where we're recording, and that level of dedication and intentionality in how we source coffee, number one, makes it much more sustainable across the supply chain. Number two, it gives us a lot of control over how the final cup is represented because we have great transparency and work with farmers all the way back at origin through the exporting, how the coffee is stored, and ultimately how it's roasted and brewed. And each of those steps has pretty big implications for what the final cup tastes like. Yeah. You can mess it up at any point along the way, so controlling it well is a pretty key component. And then also we try to create coffee products that are accessible. So we roast across the roast spectrum, light, medium, and dark. And then within each of those roast level stops, we have some different kind of flavors available. So you can find something that absolutely slaps for your palate. Yeah. And I think that's key is a lot of companies have one particular way, one kind of particular flavor profile they specialize in. We want to make sure you have something that you'll love whenever you come into Stone Creek, whenever you order from us online, or whenever you take a bag home.
Yeah, medium all day.
Yeah. Is there a beyond? Did I like when you went through like light, medium, dark, and then there's what is that? Like I was like trying to picture this, and I was like, I don't know how you go. Yeah. It's just like darker.
Absent of light.
Do they just hand a cup? Space. It's like it's there, but you just can't.
So we do have in our roast spectrum, we used to just have light, medium, and dark. And this year we took it one step further to bring a little bit more spectrum into the picture. And our furthest profile we call Beyond Dark, but our Beyond Dark is different than Starbucks Dark. So Starbucks has two roast profiles, French and Italian. The Italian in particular is basically like charcoal. So when you roast coffee and you get past a certain temperature, you start to burn up all the organic matter that's there, and what you're left with is carbon, and that's what makes coffee taste full, and also what makes it taste bitter. So we want to avoid going full carbon. We don't really want to roast and serve charcoal because at that point, none of what made that coffee special is present. It's all burned off.
Right.
So we stop it before it gets too dark. If you want something darker than, say, 3 Volcanoes that we offer or our seasonal dark Ghost Ship right now, you're just not going to find it at Stone Creek, which I think is good. Some people want that charcoal. If that's the case, that's fine. I'm not here to judge that. I'm just not interested in serving it personally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I would agree. The going full Charcos, that's too much.
It's too far.
Yeah, it's too far.
Yes, that's way too far. Tell me a little bit about Stone Creek being a certified B Corp brand and what that means.
Do you know like Ben & Jerry's, Tom's, Patagonia? So, going back, let's say 10, 20 years ago, the idea of business for good, like for-profit companies working for societal good, picked up some speed. That's good. We needed that post-industrial revolution where sort of unbridled capitalism started to maybe get a little too much momentum. But there was no way at the time for companies to kind of prove out in a certified way that they're actually accomplishing good, that they're good for their suppliers, that they're good for their customers, that they're good for the planet. So B Labs, the name of the organization that runs the B Corp certification, starts this certification to help bring proof to that work. We want to avoid things like greenwashing where we say we do a bunch of good stuff, but there's no proof behind it. That's very common in our society today. And the kinds of companies that are B Corp certified really kind of show that hey, this is something that is aspirational. I just mentioned, Tom's, Ben & Jerry's, Patagonia. If we can be lumped in with those kinds of companies, that's a dub. At the core, what a B Corporation is a for-profit company that's certified to create positive impact for their employees, for the communities in which they operate, for their customers, and for the planet. And we have to meet high levels of certification proving out that we are creating impact in those areas to be a B Corporation. That's why you don't see that many.
Sure.
It's a lot of work, but it's work worth doing.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds to me like it's just another reason to choose Stone Creek when you're going to get a cup of coffee. But we're going to talk about the coffee itself when we come back on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. We are having a great time here with Drew from Stone Creek Coffee. And I want to let you know when it comes to sports betting, scrolling through an app is fine and all, but it just isn't the real thing. It's missing that edge, that exhilaration of live action. And there's really only one place to get that, and that is Potawatomi Sportsbook. The state-of-the-art space features a full bar, food menu, seating for over 200, dozens of kiosks, and over 2,000 square foot video wall, and more. Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest. All right, it's time to talk about the coffee itself, and I got to go to the other Josh Albrecht because you are jumping at the bit here to get some answers on the Milwaukee roast.
Yeah, I'm percolating over here.
Yeah, take it away.
See what I did there? Percolating?
I did. Yes.
I don't think you did.
No, I did. I get it.
All right, first question, though. Like, coming out of the gate now, we're out of the break. Scale of 1 to 10. How caffeinated are you right now in this moment?
Yeah, I think I'm at a 5.
That's not too bad. That's
Stable.
Yeah.
He's not like shaking, you know.
I kind of run at a high speed most of the time until I get home and then just absolutely crash. But I think 5. It's about a cup and a half so far this morning.
That's if I had gone betting over under, I think I would have put it over.
I would have said
most
over
people
too.
would too. But for me, it's about sort of controlling hypertension as much as anything else. I literally feel like the tension build in my skull the more coffee I have, particularly if I haven't eaten or hydrated well.
Yeah. Right.
So
Important.
we're running a 5 today.
But so I'm probably
I was gonna say, what are you at?
I'm probably like an 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 9.
Yeah. You got a little shake to you there.
No, but I imagine, that's a question you do get a lot of, is like, oh, you probably drink coffee all the time. But there's other varieties. Obviously, it's not just coffee at Stone Creek. You have all kinds of products, teas, lemonades, seasonal drinks, you name it, right?
Yeah, chai's been growing a lot.
So what if you're trying to wean yourself off, what's your second? Like, I mean, obviously coffee go-to. What's your second choice?
Yeah, well, I tell people I'm drinking all the time. So I drink bubbly water a lot. So my water bottle right now is full of just carbonated water.
Yeah.
And then, I'll drink tea if I have to. I really respect Rishi Tea. They do great tea work, but to me, tea is always a letdown compared to coffee. I want intensity, which is why I like bubbly water. I also love whiskey and wine, like just flavor. Yeah. So
you have a few of the, I believe you carry a few of the CBD.
We do in our Whitefish
infused,
Bay location exclusively. Yeah, the Delta 9 THC.
Yeah, so it's a great variety of different products that people can get after.
Yeah. I mean, that one is very experimental for us, as we have wine and beer in that location too. That's the only location we have wine and beer in. We could talk about THC for a long time. That'd be an interesting topic, but not what we're here for today.
Right. Hey, but
so
with that, lots of different flavor profiles. We were talking flavor profiles earlier. I really want to try to find, is there, in your opinion, and maybe since 1993, you've developed a Milwaukee profile of flavor for our coffee, right? So Italian roast or French roast. Is there a Milwaukee roast style? And my example would be in pizza, right? A lot of Milwaukeeans would say their toppings of choice would be sausage, mushroom, and onion. Is there a Milwaukee choice, or does everybody lean towards a certain blend, a certain flavor profile?
I can speak from our experience. And going back to 1993 when Eric started the company, one of our blends was called Cream City. He named it after the city we're started in, right? And it was much darker at the time, but it's pretty much always been our number one seller since that point. So, over the course of 30-some years, 32, 33 years now, that blend has gotten a little bit lighter. Of course, he's sourced from different areas. We source from completely different farms and origins now than we did then. But the way we've constructed that blend has always resonated with our customers. And I think some of it's the name, right?
Yeah.
Like Cream City and celebrating the locale in which we call home. And some of it's also the kind of signaling, using the word cream in a coffee, even if you don't put cream in it, it signals something that feels like, oh yeah, I want a creamy coffee. Yeah. Doesn't that sound delicious? Yeah. So I think the name has helped. But then also we've tried to create that product to be loved by everybody. So if you like a light roast and you want it fruity, you want a little bit of acid in there, you want some floral characteristics, we want you to get that in Cream City. But if you like something chocolatey with good body, we want there to be enough roast development where you also get that. Yeah. So if you like it dark, you like it light, it doesn't matter. Cream City is going to be for you. Now, I don't know what our competitors, what their number one sellers are necessarily, but for us, that's far and away the one we sell the most.
That's the go-to. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, and it makes me think of my own family, who I often say would you like to add some coffee to that cream?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge that. Like, that's how I got started. And what I will say is when the weather gets cold, particularly late in the day, like after dinner, I love to have like a cup of coffee with a little bit more roast on it with cream in it. It's just a completely different product from what I drink in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, it hits.
It does.
When you're after it, you want that.
Yeah.
There's a place for all kind of coffee in the world. There's a time and a place for diner coffee. You know, like you're out with the boys on a golf trip. That's what I love. And like after you've maybe had a few brewskis the day before, you played 36 holes, you wake up, you go to a diner for a greasy breakfast. And what I want at that point is not my high-end light roast that I normally drink at home every day. It's like, no, just give me the diner coffee.
Right.
That's what I need right now.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
just
I definitely feel that. Like, just give me the most basic cup of coffee you can get me. That's all I need right now. It's like in the movie Elf. When you did it. World's best cup of coffee.
World's best cup of coffee is the one you're drinking at the time.
Yeah. Yes.
Well
That should have been the closing statement.
I was gonna say, to answer your question, I was gonna ask you, like, what would you say
is the perfect cup of coffee?
The Milwaukee roast, like, would going around and getting coffee every day and
no, just I am like pure black medium roast. So whatever's closest to that, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
No, don't give me any hype. Don't give me
you don't need all the
Don't
fixings.
ice it down. Come on now. I know that's more popular probably now. You probably sell more iced coffee
A
than
lot of cold
than
brew. Not as much as hot, but it's grown a lot. Certainly in other parts of the country, cold brew has taken over.
Yeah.
In the lattes, we do sell more iced lattes than we do hot lattes at this point.
Yeah. I feel I can definitely see that. But for just traditionalist, give it to me straight.
Should try our new fall blend, Harvest. It's nice. It's a Peru Colombia blend.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, how often do you guys kind of bring in new blends of coffee and new flavors? And do you have anything that you want to promote, anything new coming up that would people should be looking out for?
We're always cooking, for sure. So we release a new coffee almost every week at some point in our line. So whether that's a seasonal blend, a light roast single origin, or something extremely high end like our reserve release, you can pretty much get something new every time you come into Stone Creek. Where I would point people is that Harvest I just mentioned. That's something that's really, really accessible. If you are looking for something light and experimental, we just released, when this comes out, an Ethiopian light roast small batch. Ethiopians tend to be very floral forward. This one's a natural process, delightful. And then we should still have some of our Costa Rican honey processed black orange as well, which is... Those Costa Rican honey processed coffees to me are my favorites.
Yeah, you had me there. I was thinking, well, maybe this afternoon.
Yeah,
let's take this baby to 10. Yeah. Crank it up.
Sure.
Scale of 1 to 10.
That's
go check it out.
On the coffee side, and it's fall. It's pumpkin spice season, and then we have a spiced pear latte right now. That I had that yesterday, and gosh, I mean, I've never had a latte like that spiced pear.
Yeah.
Before. So pumpkin spice is classic fall.
PSL season.
But the spiced pear is something if you're looking for a curveball, maybe a slider low
or just to sound impressive to people.
Yeah.
But if you had
it's a good
but have you had the pear?
Starter for sure.
Have you had the pear? They're like, it's pumpkin spice. I'm sorry, it's pear spice.
What is this? 2015? All right, so we talked a lot about coffee. When we come back, we're going to now tell you all the locations that you can go to get that coffee on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. Having a great time talking about Stone Creek Coffee with our guest, Drew Pond. And now let's talk about the locations of Stone Creek, because as you mentioned, they're not all the same. It's not like a cookie cutter. You go in, you wouldn't even know which one you're at. Tell us a little bit about those and the differences between them.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised to hear we have 9 different locations. I'm not going to say favorite, but my home cafe is the one we built in 2023 in Whitefish Bay. That we kind of channeled 30 years of learning into that location. And while we were building it, I was living in Oak Creek at the time. I was like, we can't have this cafe, and I have to be close by. Like, I can't live 45 minutes away. So we moved to that area.
That's awesome.
My wife
that
and I.
is
Yeah,
awesome. It is marvelous. I live in Whitefish Bay. It is a marvelous coffee shop.
Yeah, thank you. So we're very proud of that one. But that one was really built on the back of everything we learned about cafes when we built the Downer Cafe and Kitchen on the east side. So that one's got a little bit more of an industrial feel. It was in this old kind of brutalist bank that we renovated. And that cafe has been amazing. The team there is extraordinary. So if I'm not in Whitefish Bay, I might be in Downer, or I'll be at the factory, which is our headquarters. That's the one just down from the studios here where we're recording. We do tours there on Saturday and Sunday. We do public classes. If you're looking to brew coffee better, learn to do that. Learn about espresso, learn to pour latte art. You can take classes on any of those. And then we've got more neighborhood-style cafes in Oconomowoc, Delafield, 2 in Wauwatosa, Glendale, and Shorewood. So if you're looking just for a quick stop, all of those have scratch-made bakery items that we make ourselves at the factory, where we also roast our coffee. And then, of course, we have tea. I mentioned chai earlier is our biggest growing category, actually, which is really interesting. But all those spaces are fantastic. I started in the Delafield Cafe, so that one's special to me. I honestly need to get out to all of our cafes more because it's very easy for me to just be like, oh, I just got to get work done. I need to stay where I'm at. But
no, it's great. The factory location near the Amtrak in downtown Milwaukee, I see so many people who are like immediately walk across the street from the Amtrak station, get off the train, walk right over, get their coffee, and then start exploring the city. So it's a great stopping point for a lot of tourists and visitors to the city. That
location has really kind of become an iconic part of Milwaukee, which is very cool to see. It's become a destination. If you're after Milwaukee coffee, like, oh, you got to go to the Stone Creek factory, which we're really proud of.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you talked about some of the stuff coming out, and people can, on your website, they can just buy the product.
Yes, right? StoneCreekCoffee.com. All of our coffees you'll see on there. All of our merch, too. So shout out our merch team, Harmony, Angeline, Juliana, Michael. They're just the design and support team behind our merch is fantastic. I think that's one of the things that makes us special, too. So, yeah, you can have a lot of fun at StoneCreekCoffee.com. Free shipping on all orders over $50 always.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been awesome. And I think try to stay at that 5.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Equilibrium.
And you maybe come down a little bit to
we'll
the 5.
See. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just too good to stop drinking.
I'd say in this room between 0, 8, and 5, we're in balance.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Full harmony. Yeah. As usual.
You can still come down a little bit. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Drew. We appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. For more information, of course, always go to visitmilwaukee.org. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee with Drew Pond, our guest from Stone Creek Coffee. If you're seeing this part of the show, it's because you were watching or listening on one of Visit Milwaukee's social media channels, and we really do appreciate it. Drew, this is the part of the show where Josh Albrecht asks his question. No pressure, but a little bit of pressure. Take it away.
That's right. I hope you've been thinking this over because it's really important.
Of course.
We like to say Milwaukee has a lot of great things going on for it right now.
Right.
We call this Fresh City Vibes. What is giving you Fresh City Vibes right now?
Can I name 2 things?
You can name 3.
Okay, cool. So the first one is just kind of where my heart's at. I'm a big golfer, obsessed. And Milwaukee has like the best municipal golf system in the entire freaking country. It's unbelievable. We're blessed with such great golf here. So I want to shout out Milwaukee County Parks. Brown Deer golf course is unbelievable. My friends at No Laying Up just did a video on Milwaukee golf, so check that out. But yeah, our golf system, particularly this time of year, fall golf, it doesn't get better. So that's something that I think Milwaukee has that's really special. There are beer gardens in these parks too, like right next to these golf courses. If you're not taking advantage of our great park system, you need to do that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, the Brewers are crushing it right now. Maybe a little bit of a lull here as we've gotten into September.
Ebbs and flows, baby.
Playoff bound.
Ebbs and flows.
Miller Park. There's not a better place to go see a ball game. Yeah. So easy to get in and out of. My friends shout this out all the time as well, but we have such a asset in the Brewers and that ballpark.
Oh yeah,
which I'll always call Miller Park. I refuse to. Which I don't know if there's contractual obligations. We got to edit this out, but
looking around.
Yeah, right. It's
could be called Stone Creek Park in the future.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
It's highly unlikely.
If that happens,
a little cafe,
call it Miller Park.
Cafe in the cafe.
Yeah, if I did buy the naming rights, I probably would
still
call it Miller Park.
Yeah,
then you should.
What about a cafe in the park? Where's the Stone Creek?
So there's just not much of a market during an evening baseball game for coffee. My competitors.
I'm gonna go get a cup of decaf.
Yeah, right. I'm pro decaf for the record, very pro decaf. But some of our competitors have tried shops in the stadium. They never.
I mean, it's the Brewers. You just play on the name. Brewers brew coffee, brew beer,
which we have done
matter,
a great deal. I think the play is, get your coffee in the morning, grab a cold brew on the way to the stadium. And then you got to switch over to some cold beers.
You could do a spiked cold brew if you're feeling like it needs to have the alcohol component.
I think you should be hitting up all the day games. Like, you got games that start 12:10, 1 p.m.
You might need to
people get ready to tailgate at 9:30, 10 a.m. They're not popping. You got to get up early to do this.
They are popping beers. But
I'm saying not before. They're not going to the bars to pregame at 7. They need to get a cup of coffee.
I will shout out our friends at Third Space Brewing. We have always done, since they started in 2016, different coffee beers with them. So Java Blanca, Mocha Java, and then Mystic Knot have they're all coffee-infused beers.
Fantastic.
And this time of year, the Java Blanca coffee-infused cream ale. So that's the way. That's the path I would recommend taking while at a ball game.
Yeah.
Listen, you might see me drinking coffee at a ballpark, but it's just most people that's not there.
Right.
Sure.
Shows and beverage.
I think we can change this. Mission accepted.
Right. I don't know that Drew's on board. But
it's
you and I,
we get it. Yeah.
We'll do it.
What if we get a jam? What if we get a jam blend, a Joshing Around Milwaukee blend, and we work our magic?
Listen, I will support that.
Get it somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I will equip you with the goods.
Pedaling through the parking lot on a little bike.
Yeah.
And then stopping and pouring
just
coffee.
Like carrying a carafe and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want to carry the burden of selling it, I just see some marketing hurdles, but I'm happy.
We don't worry about those.
Some hurdles, there's a lot of hurdles here, but
what we like to do is come up with brilliant ideas, and like this one, and then not execute them.
Yes.
And so that's everything's going.
Look, you got to put it in the universe, Josh. You got to put it out there.
100%. Otherwise, it'll never happen. So far, nothing we've come up with has ever happened, but who knows?
I think a jam blend does sound like a cool idea. Though.
Look,
we can take that offline.
Look, we are definitely going to talk about a jam blend for sure.
Yeah.
We got bobbleheads. Bobblehead Museum. We put it out there.
We did get bobbleheads.
They gave us personalized bobbleheads.
That's true.
We're in the museum.
We are in the museum. That's pretty cool.
That's a dub, for sure.
That's huge.
We got that one. Jam blend, though.
Jam blend.
That should be next.
Mm-hmm. It should be fruity. It should taste like it should be some kind of actual like.
I actually want it to just be.
Look, he's already the wheels are turning over here.
I just want it to be Josh's basic cup of coffee.
We call it diner
just with
coffee.
Just with a sticker
jam
on it.
Diner
It
coffee.
says jam blend. It's just the most basic generic cup of coffee. Be amazing. Oh boy. All right. Well, thank you so much, Drew, for being here.
My
And
pleasure.
Future success. We'll be looking for the next thing that you guys do, and hope that everyone gets to experience the differences between each Stone Creek coffee.
Yeah, check us out. Watch this space. More to come.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Joshing Around. We've been doing this for a few seasons, so that if this is the first one you've seen, probably just let it autoplay into the next one, and we would appreciate it. And for more information, go to visitmilwaukee.org. We'll see you next time.